Have you ever wished that you could clone yourself as an entrepreneur? I definitely have. Man, if I could have two or three copies of myself to get stuff done, if I could expand the day so that it was 36 hours instead of just 24 hours, there's so much stuff that I could get done. One of my favorite episodes of an old TV show called The Twilight Zone is one where this guy finds a stopwatch, and if he clicks on this stopwatch, then time stops for everybody else, but not for him. So he can do whatever he wants. And in this episode, he ends up robbing a bank, and then he drops the stopwatch, and it breaks, and then he can't start time again, so he's stuck. Well, I don't want that to happen to me. But man, I wish I could have a stopwatch like that and click it and go take a nap, or click it and get a project done, get ahead on stuff. Man, if I could somehow create time out of no time, there's so much I could get done. Well, one way that you can do that is by using a virtual assistant. So I do a lot of stuff that anybody could do. So there's a lot of internet research I do. I have to do data entry. I'm monitoring things, my email, keeping track of my email, just following up on stuff, just knowing what to follow up on when, monitoring social media groups. I made a list. I've got 60 or 70 things that pretty much anybody who knows how to use the internet could do, but I'm doing this stuff all the time. So I probably spend half of my time doing a lot of stuff that somebody else could be doing. Well, if I can go hire somebody for $10 an hour to do that work, I just doubled myself for $10 an hour. I can go hire somebody who's not that expensive, and I can clone myself, which would be really expensive if I actually went out and tried to find somebody who can do everything that I can do. So with a virtual assistant, I can get somebody not for just $10 an hour, but I can go to the Philippines, I can go to another country, I can hire somebody for a lot less than that, and then I can clone myself. I can go hire 2, 3, 4 of these people. And these people, they're getting paid a lot more than they would normally get paid. It's better work, so they're happy. I'm able to get a bunch of these people for less than I would have to pay somebody normally, so I'm happy, and I can get more done, so my customers are happy, so everybody's happy. So I've been looking into getting a virtual assistant ever since I read Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek. Gee, when did that come out? 10 years ago or something? So I've been thinking about this whole time, and I've tried before. I've tried hiring people, but I went on the cheap side once, and I hired somebody for like $200 a month, and they didn't really get anything done, and the quality was really bad, so that didn't work out. And I went out and I hired a company with a VA in the United States, and it was kind of expensive. It was like $800 a month to get somebody for 5 hours a week. And then they didn't even do that good of a job. So then it was like expensive and low quality, which was even worse. Then I read this book called Virtual Freedom by Chris Ducker. And when I read this book, this was the thing that really woke me up and made me see that I've been doing it the wrong way. I haven't been managing people the right way. So Virtual Freedom from Chris Ducker. This is the book that changed everything for me. I read this and I thought, this is the right way to hire people. This is the right way to interview people. This is the right way to manage people. And I have not been doing this the right way when it came to trying to hire a virtual assistant. So then I went back and I read the book again, 2 times. And now I feel like, okay, I'm ready to hire somebody on. I understand what I need, who I need, what I need this person to do. I understand how to manage them. And so I went out and I've contacted 2 companies. One is Chris Ducker's company, Virtual Staff Finder, and the other one is onlinejobs.ph, which is a job board site for people in the Philippines. So I'm going to go through the process of hiring 2 virtual assistants. One of them is going to be a general VA, and the other one's going to be more of a specialist, somebody who's a little bit more technical, who can help me with my website and some of the stuff that I need done on there and some posting on social media and get into Adobe Photoshop and do some other things that maybe a general VA wouldn't be qualified to do. So I'm going to go through the process of hiring these 2 people, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. So you'll get to see the mistakes I make. I'm going to tell you how I'm doing the interviews, who I'm talking to, how I'm screening candidates, how I'm hiring them, what I'm paying them, and everything about managing them. And so if you've been looking at getting a virtual assistant, but you've been thinking, it's kind of expensive, I don't know what I'm doing, maybe it's not going to work out, I'm going to go through, I'm going to make all the mistakes for you, and then you'll just get to learn, and then you'll look at what I've done and you'll say, hey, now I know how to do it. Or maybe you'll look at it and say, man, that seems like a lot of work. I don't want to go there. But either way, if this is something you're interested in, you're going to learn a bunch by watching me do it, because I'm going to be totally transparent. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not trying to make myself look like the best VA hiring person in the world. I'm just trying to get work done. I'm trying to find the best people to help me. And I don't care if I look like a fool while I'm going through the process, as long as I get the people that I need to help me in my business. So hope you enjoy the ride. And if you have questions, you can email me, josh@mwi.com. Go to my website, joshsteimle.com. I'll be documenting this there on my blog. I'll also be posting this on Facebook and YouTube. And you can come along and learn with me.